All right, so today we're going to learn about trig functions and right triangles. You learned most of this in your geometry class last year when you did right triangles as well. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of a review. There's a tiny bit of new information that's along with this. Okay, trigonometry is the study of relationships among the angles and sides of right triangles. Your trig ratios is the ratio of lengths of two sides in right triangles. Trig function is a rule given by a trig ratio. So the Greek letter theta, okay, this is the symbol for theta, is often used to represent the measure of an acute angle in a right triangle. The hypotenuse, the legs opposite are theta, and the legs adjacent is theta, are used to define the 6 trig functions. So last year, most likely in geometry, you did not use theta. Okay, we are going to be using theta now. So down here it says the trig functions in right triangles. I'm going to assume you learned sine, cosine, tangent. You learned SOHCAHTOA to go along with it to help you remember them. All right, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. All right, these three are probably going to be new to you that you haven't learned yet. Okay, cosecant is the opposite of sine. It's hypotenuse over opposite. Secant is the opposite of cosine, is hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent is opposite of tangent, is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, down here are the 6 trig functions of this triangle right here. So make sure you look at this example and see how they filled it out. All right, let's look at example 1. We're going to have to do 6 trig functions. Find the value of the 6 trig functions for the angle theta. So we're going to set this up. We have to do all 6. So I like to write them out first. So I have to do sine theta, cosine theta, tangent of theta. I have to do cosecant of theta. I have to do secant of theta, and I have to do cotangent of theta. If you can remember how to set up these 3, these are just the opposite. Okay, so sine from theta. Sine stands for opposite hypotenuse. Opposite side, my hypotenuse side. So it's going to be 8 over 17. You have to see if you can simplify this. If you can simplify it, you have to simplify it. But 8 over 17 doesn't simplify. Cosine from theta is adjacent, which is right next to, over my hypotenuse, 17. So 15 over, I'm having a hard time with this pencil today, 17. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So opposite, adjacent. 8 over 15. Now, you can memorize these as well. I don't because I know it's just the opposite of this. So if this is 8 over 17, this one is 17 over 8. If this one is 15 over 17, this is 17 over 15. If this is 8 over 15, this one is 15 over 8. And that's all you have to do for this. They do take time to just fill out. Looking at example 2, I'm going to have you guys do it. You are only given 2 sides. How do you find that third side of the triangle?